So, we made it through the dragon, tail of the dragon. Survived it. Bought some merchandise. Was talking to the people in the store and they said there was an accident the way I came from. So I got through before that. There was an accident today, unfortunately. Alright, I'm leaving Wolf Campground by the river and just outside of Cherokee, and I'm on my way to do a bunch of cool motorcycle roads and also to see Dolly Parton land or something like that in Pigeon Forge. So here we go.
Well, here's a first for the trip. Last night I was too hot to be in the sleeping bag. I kind of used it more like a blanket. This is the first time on this trip I've been too hot. I've almost always been too cold. I think it's really the humidity. It's really high humidity here. It's only 14 degrees right now in the morning, and just doing a walk I started sweating a bit. If you look here on the left, you can see some elk. And I'm just outside of Cherokee. And they're walking over to some fields that are just ahead. So when I was camping, a guy told me about this, and some of the herds are over 100, and they wander through the fields. So cool. I didn't get to see very many, but it was still pretty neat. Well, the road out to Pigeon Ford is highway, or road, 441. And a surprisingly good road, or maybe not. All the roads are good in this area. But this was like a major route. I had to stop and catch the view. I've had so many rainy, foggy days that I couldn't see anything, so now that I can, gorgeous. So yeah, I wasn't really planning on going to Pigeon Forge, although what a cool name. It was just near where I was going to be going, and I thought, well, I'll take a little detour, especially when I found out they had this thing called Dollywood. So I don't think I'll actually go to Dollywood. I just want to sort of see what it is when I'm there. So, more good views. Some motorcycle buddies. You know you're on a good road when you see the other motorcycles riding it. Now I know Dolly Parton even from when I was a kid. Country music wasn't big in our part of the woods, but everybody knew Dolly. She was a star well above country music itself. I also remember her when Miley Cyrus did a cover of Jolene, one of Dolly's biggest songs. Miley's actually the godchild of Dolly. But to have an amusement park, that was kind of surprising for me. So let's check it out. Well, here I am at Pigeon Forge. Pigeon Forge has a little bit of charm. It's kind of a cool place. Check out this sign here. Dollywood and Splash Center. So there's actually two parks here. There's the original Dollywood, which is kind of a roller coaster park. And then they also have the Splash Park. There's a big billboard for Dollywood there across the street. I don't know, it's just kind of cool. So that made me think, does Dolly Parton actually have anything to do with this place? And as it turns out, yes she does. Her production company is half owners. If you look to the right, you can see that's one of the extended parking lots for the place. And if you look at the sign here, Dollywood, all 3 lanes. So the 3 right lanes are all to turn into that. That just sort of shows you how big the deal this is. I, however, have other things planned. I used to love roller coasters and splash parks, but in 2021 I developed a strange long-term migraine headache condition, and I can no longer do things like that. Fortunately, with medication and care, my headaches are not too bad most of the time, but it does limit the kind of activities I can do. Fortunately, I can still ride a motorcycle. Well, I took my detour back to Fighting Creek Gap Road, which became Little River Gorge Road, and this is through the Great Smoky Mountains. I was originally going to go to Wares Valley, but I was having so much fun I stayed on the road, and it took me over past the Great Smoky Mountains Heritage Center near Townsend, and from there I took the 321 back to Wares Valley. And can you blame me? When I'm passing these river views, this is an awesome route.
Another milestone, going to the Foothills Parkway.
So it turns out there are 6 national parkways in the United States, and the Foothills Parkway is the last one to be completed. It's currently in 2 sections of 3 done, something like that. So technically this is the West Foothills Parkway. It's beautiful here. It's very much a continuation of the Blue Ridge Parkway, if you will. Similar scenery. It's not very twisty. It's got lots of twists and turns, but they're all kind of easy going. So this is a very leisurely paced journey with lots of great views. It's interesting because of the 6 parkways, the Blue Ridge Parkway I've completed. The Colonial Parkway I will get to later on this trip. The Foothills Parkway I'm currently doing. The George Washington Memorial Parkway, I did a section of that on the trip earlier. The Natchez Trace Parkway, yeah, I was looking at that and seeing if I could make it work on this trip, but I never got to that part of the world. And that leaves the Rock Creek and Potomac Parkway. And interestingly, that's right in DC. It's only 4.4 miles long. And I was inches away from it because a roundabout that I went through to get to the Lincoln Memorial is one end of the parkway. So if I just swung around, I could have done it, but I didn't know that at the time. So that means I've done 4 of the 6 national parkways. If you've done more, let me know in the comments below. And that sign on the left marks the end of the parkway. And look at that group of motorcyclists, and there's a reason for that, and it's not just the parkway, because I'm getting kind of excited and butterflies in my stomach. Just ahead of me is Highway 129, and if I travel down that, it's going to take me straight to the Tail of the Dragon. This is the most famous motorcycle road in the States, North America, maybe the world. And it's a weekend, so there's going to be a few people out, and the weather is fantastic. I couldn't ask for better. It's going to be an experience. I'm going to ride the Tail of the Dragon. So let's go check out the map, and I'll just show you where we are. Okay, I've marked the 2 big name roads on the map, but everything I've done today has been really quite nice and fun. So I left Cherokee and I took the 441 on an excellent road, as it turns out, on the way to Pigeon Ford to get a little glimpse at Dollywood. I then took some great back roads through the Great Smoky Mountains National Park before ending up on the Foothills Parkway, which took me past Top of the World and down to the Tail of the Dragon. I took that, which was awesome, and then traveled southward to take the Cherohala Skyway, another excellent named road. And once that ended at Tellico Plains, I headed southward, planning to spend the night somewhere in Georgia. I found an excellent campsite, and nearby some of the best barbecue in the States. So if you look carefully at my phone GPS, you'll see that I'm exactly 11 miles from Deals Gap, and that's the length of Tail of the Dragon. It's 318 curves in 11 miles, so it's not long. It's just twisty. One of the first things you notice about Tail of the Dragon is that while it does have some straight stretches, it really doesn't have a lot of them. It is fairly compressed. All of those 318 turns in just 11 miles means there's not a lot of room for anything else. does have a bit of elevation too, so you're not all in the flat, you're going up and down a bit, but not that much. The second thing you see is a lot more vehicles. This is the last weekend in September, and it's a sunny day, so I'm sure a lot of people are thinking now's the time to go out. Oh, you'll see a lot of those on the side of the road. That is people taking photos, so you can later purchase yourself riding the tail of the dragon. But yeah, I imagine that, you know, this is close to one of the last weekends. Oh, there's someone zooming along. You get some of those too. But people want to get their last ride in. And of course, that means the other thing that happens is you get stuck behind a line of cars that are going slower than you'd like to. I really can't imagine trying to ride this in the peak summertime. You're probably just going along at a snail's pace the whole time. It would be kind of good if they, you know, paced the cars out, but I don't know if they have the ability to do that. You do get some scenic views like this one, but for the most part you are in the trees. Still, it has a lot of everything. And there's so much going on, and you really need to stay focused on the road. And I think that is the problem that some people have, is there's too much going on and they get too excited. For my part, every time I get behind some other vehicles, I just pull over and wait a few seconds. 20 seconds and I can go again, and I'll have a clear way for a while, so I don't even need to wait that long. It's a great trick if you haven't tried it. Some people seem to just camp out on the side and watch everything go by. And why not? Okay, there you'll see a motorcycle on the side of the road and a helmet. That's not a good sign. There was no indication of a person, so they must have been picked up much earlier. Still, a reminder, you have to be careful out here. It goes without saying, of course. It's usually young guys on their sport bikes that they think they're invulnerable still, right? There are a lot of good sounds out here that will use the pullouts and let you get by. I think that's really important. It's only 11 miles long, and everyone's out here to ride it. So, you know, let people go at the pace they want to go at. I have to say, I started the ride, you know, a little intimidated. It's got such a big name, the Tail of the Dragon, so well known. It kind of gets your nerves up, you know, what's it going to be like? Well, I mean, it's still a road. Contrary, though, to what some people have said, you know, this is a stupendous road. It's definitely one you want to check off on the bucket list. You want to ride this road. You want to do it when it's not too busy. It's a lot of fun. That dip sign wasn't kidding. It doesn't look like much here, but if you're going at speed, that was just enough to give you a surprise if you weren't aware of it. I think I've seen more motorcycles on Tail of the Dragon than the entire rest of my trip. Well, all good things come to an end. Welcome back into North Carolina, but this is also signaling that we're nearly at the end of Tail of the Dragon. Deal's Gap is the original store here, and that's on the left. On the right is a new Tail of the Dragon store. Not sure when it started, but more choice for people. There are a lot of people here. And you have to remember, this isn't really all that close to any big cities. But everyone wants to ride Tail of the Dragon. And now I can say I have. Here we have the famous Tree of Shame. Everything on this is from the vehicles that have crashed on Tail of the Dragon. So these are little bits and pieces of cars and motorcycles and whatnot.
Motorcycle cars. There's pictures in there on the wall. People with road rash and shit pictures.
There's a sign, Tree of Shame. So this is the newer store, the Tail of the Dragon store, across the street from Deal's Gap. They've got their artwork. And their own shop as well.
So, we made it through the Dragon, Tail of the Dragon. Survived it. Bought some merchandise. Talking to the people in the store, and they said there was an accident the way I came from, so I got through before that. There was an accident today, unfortunately, but yeah, it's a Saturday, so last day of September. Lots of people here, but I had a good ride. Last half was basically no one in front of me and no one behind me. Probably because of the accident behind me. Anyway, feels good. It was a great ride. Now I'm on to other stuff.
Even after ending the Tail of the Dragon, the 129 continues to be an interesting road as I wind my way south. As I'm crossing the river here, take a peek to the left and you'll see the Cherohala Dam. I'm not sure which place this is, but it looks like a great place to have lodging for the night. And I bet it's here just because of Tail of the Dragon. If you look to the left, that vine, which is clinging to everything, is Kudzo. And I spoke about it in another video, but once again, it's a dominant feature of the landscape here. Very beautiful, but suffocating at the same time. Alright, it seems totally incredible, but I have one more major road to do today. Well, what a day this has been. This is the Cherohala Skyway. This road was finished in 1996 at a price tag of about $100 million. It's another one of these epic roads that is set up to rival the Blue Ridge Parkway. And it does a good job. It's very similar in that it's got more sweeping long turns than the sharp turns of the Tail of the Dragon. And it's nice to have the variety. I like that it opens. There's not forest built up on both sides, so it's hard to see. There's a lot of places where you can see on one side. It's not as scenic though as the Blue Ridge Parkway, which has a lot of viewpoints, although this one does have some. The name itself is a portmanteau of the Cherokee and Nantahala National Forests it runs through. It's definitely an awesome road. When planning a trip to the Cherohala Skyway, one of the things to keep in mind is that during the summer, thunderstorms are very common. There's about a 60% chance on any given day that you're going to have an afternoon of rain. I was very fortunate, I guess. Nothing of the sort, pure sunshine. The other thing, of course, is compared to most of the roads I've been on, Tail of the Dragon and the Cherohala Skyway are much busier than I'm used to in the other roads I've been on. Oh, and the autumn colors, my goodness, are they starting to come out. I can only imagine what it's like in full bloom. But it's absolutely beautiful. You'll enjoy it here. Just be prepared, and be prepared for people going a lot faster than you are. Well, for me, it's all about getting here, not getting here fast. Just like the Blue Ridge Mountains, there's views on both sides of the road. The Cherohala Skyway ranks as an excellent road to take. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I'm close to the end. That was the historic Tom Cormier covered bridge, marking the entryway to Tellico Plains and the end of the Skyway. After a long highway ride, it's welcome to Georgia. From there, I took the Nautilus Dam to the Poteete Creek Campground. And this is on Nautilus Lake. It's an absolutely beautiful spot.
It's like a nice campground. '27, that's me there. Beautiful spot. And only $20 a night. Welcome to Georgia. Love it.
Well, ribs, barbecue ribs, Georgia style. That's a full rack, it's huge, but I haven't eaten all day, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, so this is where I ate the ribs, and I gotta say, they were fantastic. Here's the guy here who makes them with a special technique. And thank you for serving me. It was great. I had a really good time, and I can't believe I ate it all.
Come see us the next time you're here.
You bet. Thank you. Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next ride.